Another sit down with the 1v1 platform. Today we have a couple special guests. First of all, introducing my dog, John Phipps.
What's going on?
And we have another very special guest to my left, or to be to my right on the camera, John Connor, product of Cincinnati, Ohio, Lakota West. Played a few years at UK, NFL, New York Jets, Giants, Cincinnati Bengals. Of course, we got to shout them out. I appreciate you coming on our platform, brother.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
This is love. This is love. Appreciate you coming back up here. Let's get it on. Let's get right to it. So, before college, brother, you were a running back specifically, right? So, what I wanted to know was, because I played running back in high school also, what's the transition? What was the transition like coming from high school playing running back and then switching to fullback?
So I was a fullback in high school. Technically, I ran the ball almost like I was a running back, but I had my hand in that dirt too. But I was hitting them traps, some off tackles, and doing all that stuff. So transitioning to college, I was more of a blocking back. So I had to, kind of like have my mindset like, all right, I'm gonna be blocking a little bit more. I'm gonna be more of a traditional fullback. This is not like that triple option or wing T type offense that I'm used to running. So that was kind of one of the major struggles I had to really, adjust to. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, with that, was that a part of your recruiting process? Because I know you were getting looks from not a lot of stars, which is wild when you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, you're getting looks from West Virginia. No UK, maybe a UT. I think there was 4 schools that was kind of heavy on the recruitment. Did that go into picking a school, like making that switch?
So most of the schools that were recruiting me wanted me as a fullback. But the funny thing is, like, West Virginia was probably the biggest school that I had, like, the most attention from. That I thought that they were going to offer me. Like, I went to the camp. Like, coaches came up to me, like, said, like, yeah, we're going to offer you. Then, like, I get a call from them and said, like, a few weeks later after that camp saying, well, we decided to go with somebody else, but thank you for, your efforts. Like, we hope you find, a good opportunity.
Right.
And like that, they wanted me as a linebacker, which was crazy. I was like, okay, all right, cool. And, I went into the whole situation thinking that, all right, I'm going to West Virginia. I'm going to Morgantown.
Right.
So, but it all worked out. It did,
man. It really did.
Which one did you lean towards? Like, which position did you want it to be?
I think at the end of the day, I think I really wanted to be on the offensive side of the ball. Even though I love defense, I love to, lay the blow, lay the wood.
Yeah.
But
you tell me a lot about that. Yeah.
I think, a part of me, I like having the ball in my hand a little bit. So
on the mental side, since you're there, since we're here, what's it like going from having carries, getting carries, right? To now you making holes, creating holes for other backs to get through. How is that adjusted?
So when I first went to UK, I don't think they really realized that I could really run the ball, halfway decent. So when I got there, they had me on like a lot of scout teams and like special teams, and I came out there the first day. I was like, I got to make a name for myself. Like, I'm a walk on. Like, I can't be out here just carrying myself like I'm a scholarship player or anything is guaranteed. So I was going out there and practice, man, like every day, just trying to knock somebody out, trying to, lay the wood, man. And it took a few days in camp where where practice stopped, and guys are hyping me up to really get my name really out there. And before you know it, a few years later, I'm end up being a starter, and I get a few carries. We had a few carries for the fullback, and I got some decent yardage on those. Now, okay, this guy can run the ball. He can do it all.
So now they're starting to pay attention.
Right, yeah, they're starting to, really pay attention to the fact that I can do all these things.
And I think that's dope when you really look at it, and especially for some of the younger viewers, it was practice.
Yeah.
It was special teams.
Right.
It's the reps where sometimes, it's practice. You're in 2-a-days. Like, you might be taking things off.
Yeah.
Where you go from recruit to, hey, we're going to use a medical red shirt this year to now you're a starter and you're a focal point of what we want to create here at Kentucky. And you were a part of a great turnaround, built a lot of culture, a lot of bowl games. So it's really dope to see that just putting in that work, how that paid off for you and, got you in that starting role and,
no doubt.
And then kind of moved you through your career.
Yeah, bro. I'll tell you what, bro, like going through what I went through, being a walk-on and kind of having to make my way, make a name for myself, not only did it like help me in football, like it helped me like in life now. Like now that football is over, like when things like when something rough happens in life, I look back to those situations and just say like it helps me get through things a lot better as far as like the average person that might struggle getting through it. You know what I'm saying?
When
So,
things get tough.
yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think our young viewers definitely need to hear that because a lot of them going through this like they walking in your shoes or about to be, you know. So everybody think you got to be the 5-star recruit that get picked up going on scholarship, but they don't know how to handle it.
Just
If
gotta
they
get in
not
the door.
that.
Get in the door.
Yeah, get in the door. Put in the work.
That's the biggest thing.
And I appreciate hearing that. What's it like coming from the GMC going to the SEC?
Like in my opinion, I think the GMC is one of the most competitive conferences in Ohio, if not the most competitive.
Whoa!
I knew John was gonna have a problem with that.
Come on!
He said, "Whoa!"
Another Cincinnati guy. GCL. Okay, yeah, we'll put the GCL up there, but
thank you, sir.
When you played, it was definitely
y'all
was up there.
Y'all
was the ones.
You know, around the time when I was playing, I feel like everybody was good or could beat you on any given day.
Right.
Like you had the Colerains, the Princetons, and all those, and obviously Lakota West. We were, pretty solid my senior year, but I feel like everybody could beat you on any given day, and every school had at least one prospect or something that was getting looked at.
For sure. Yeah. Now I don't. I mean, obviously, I know you played other sports growing up. Football is clearly, your thing. You were built to play football. Mm-hmm. At what point in the transition from like becoming a starter to now you're in your junior season, you're coming in and like you're kind of like a preseason All-American, people know who you are, you're the best fullback, best blocking back in the SEC. Mm-hmm. Was like the NFL a dream for you, or was it just like it was just a product of the hard work? And when did you realize like, oh, I can go to the league?
Bro, it was definitely a dream for me, like ever since I was a little kid. And then like I remember kind of going into my junior year, I remember talking to our academic advisor, Barb, and like talking to some other people that said such and such scout came and asked about you today, and or the Eagles or the Cowboys or they came and talked, they came and asked us about you today and just about your character and all that type of stuff. And that's kind of when I knew like I'm gonna have a shot to go to the NFL. Right. And that's when I really wanted to turn up the dial on my training and like make sure I was really focused and doing all the right things to get me there. So.
Right. For sure.
Like, getting that call on draft day, yeah, it was definitely a dream come true. And it was like you said, the hard work paid off, for sure.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, with that, is there any, I know you said, like, it's clearly a product of hard work.
Yeah.
Were there any switches in your lifestyle that you kind of had to make within your junior season, within your senior year to, like, get there, or is it just kind of doubling down on being a good person, not missing classes, being with the academic advisors, those type things?
I mean, what John, like the good thing about me, kind of going through college, that was already kind of my personality, is like doing the right thing, showing up on time and going to class, and I wasn't out partying a whole lot, and I think even when I first found out like I'm gonna have a chance to play in the NFL, it was kind of like now I really got to like buckle down and make sure that I'm not missing training. Like during spring break, I'm going home and training. I'm not really going on spring break to Panama City or whatever Cass was going to. But I was going home and training during the summer. I was going home and train. I might take one trip here or there, like a vacation, but I was really like focused. Like I wanted to like
get to that next level.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get to the next level. Sure.
I think that's amazing.
Hey, I just thought about this. When you got drafted, why wasn't I invited to the draft party? Man, you cool. Like, I eat wings, I'll celebrate you.
Bro, do you know where it was? We were in Louisville. It was, my agent had put it together. We was at I forget the name of the sports bar. We were at some like sports bar in Louisville. And it was like, my parents came and like my agent and like all the other, like, people that were in the agency. Alfonso was there.
Yeah.
And some other guy, Corey Peters. We kind of brought our family and just kind of chilled at this little sports bar.
That's dope.
It was cool.
I got the little out came through, man.
I've been blowing your phone down. He got, hey, brother, I'm at the party.
Yeah, I'm at the door.
He used to bring me to all the parties at his house. So.
This guy, hey,
he's turned up.
I wasn't there all the time, but I peeped my head in a few times. This was the party house, for sure.
Now, in preparation for going to the NFL, you get a trainer, and I know sometimes like the agents kind of front you money, like, hey, go live your life, go train where you want to train.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you actually came home, right? You trained for the draft in Cincinnati.
So I was in Florida actually.
You went to Florida,
but the place that I trained at, Ignition, is based out of Cincinnati. Okay. So I was with the first group that went to Naples, Florida, to train.
Okay.
But then again, Naples, Florida is not like Miami or anything like that. It's a very older community. It's not a lot of trouble that you can get into. It's a very chill, laid back area. I mean, it has the beach, which we would go to the beach and all that, but I could really focus there and really, concentrate on training.
That's cool. So what was, I guess, there's kind of that pre-draft feedback, right? Yeah, so they're saying, hey, these are the things we want you to work on. This is what we want to see in the combine, your combine numbers. I don't believe I seen you jump. It said 35-inch vertical. That sounded like cap, but you know what I mean. 6 foot. I think 246 coming out, 4'6", 40. Mm-hmm. We know what you do as a blocker. So what were they looking from you in the combine? Yeah. What did you really have to show them to make sure you were the first fullback off the board?
I think going into the combine, I really wanted to make sure that they knew the film wasn't a joke. I could really catch the ball, I could run the ball. Right. I was quick on my feet, and I had that acceleration. I really wanted to show that in the combine and make sure that they knew that everything that they saw on film was reality. That I could really do that, and I was strong and could jump and do all that stuff.
Cool. So you come off the board, 5th round. Yeah. You go to the Jets. What was kind of we all see the calls hey, we got to make you a Jet, those type things. Yeah. You're with your family, you're with some of your close friends. What's that feeling like?
Man, it was the best feeling in the world, man. I still remember it to this day. I had my phone sitting on my lap, watching the draft and just kind of checking it every few minutes or so, and then 5th round comes around and I get that, I feel that vibrate on my leg. Oh dang, it's a number I didn't recognize, and I picked it up. It was Rex Ryan and all them from the Jets, and man, it was. I can't remember the conversation that clearly, but I just I remember after I hung the phone up, I got emotional, I was crying, my parents were there, and just all the hard work paid off. Right. So it was a great memory, great experience.
That's dope, man.
So we know you played with some great coaches, great high school coach, legendary college coach, Rex Ryan. Mm-hmm. Who, not to down talk anybody, but what was your favorite when playing for?
Head coach?
Head coach.
I gotta say Rex Ryan, because he gave me an opportunity, and he was so sold on me that I had never seen a coach really just buy into a fullback like that, and was this is a guy. He was watching a film on a linebacker from a different SEC school, and he watched me on film. He's no, I want this guy, and that meant a lot to me. That goes a long way with me, and just for him to just be so sold on me like that, on my ability.
That seemed like just seeing him on TV. That's his character, though. He was showing me that we was watching some highlights, so
he would blow some. Rex used to get hyped for
you. Yeah, and Rex is the type of coach that you want to run through a wall for. If he could go out there and play, he'd be out there with you too. But he's also the type of coach that you can go out and have a drink with and go grab some food with too. He was that cool.
That's crazy because you don't really see that. They don't really show that. Well, wasn't really showing that side of it. When you see
it's a business, bro. The NFL is a business, and I don't think people really understand how much of a business it is. But for a coach like Rex, it was he brought he kind of brought it back to a home. This is the homie. Rex is he's a cool guy.
Right.
And he's loud. You're not the loudest person. Yeah, right. I always. You my guy. Yeah. Obviously, I want you to be in the best position possible, but I see him go, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
Did you see Johnny kill him? Look at him kill him.
And I'm just all right.
I kill people.
Right.
And then now a question I want to ask you with playing the fullback position. I watched film on you in college and in the league. You have always destroyed people. There are people that block, but they're more so... it's that impact. You know what I mean? It's a thug. That's it. But when you come through, it is a loud boom, and somebody ended up on their back. So what's kind of just the mentality that you we've seen the Marshawn Lynch, I'm gonna come at you over and over, and I'm gonna get mine more than I get got. What was kind of your mentality when you were playing to be able to block like that?
Probably that mentality that you're talking about. I was never vocal about it like that, but in my head, the back of my mind, I'm trying to impose my will. I'm trying to be the most physical player on the field. And, for me as a fullback, I never just wanted to stalemate and just kind of just get my get in the way of a guy. I wanted to really clear that hole out. And like more of an old school type fullback. I wanted to clear that hole out and dry my feet and have that running back take off through that hole.
Piggybacking off that, so now in today's game, like the fullback position almost seemed extinct. What's your thoughts on that? How you feel about it? Like, do you think the fullback is necessary in today's game, or they moving right out there?
I mean, me being biased, yes, I do. I think I always tell people that I kind of got the end of the wrong era for me to be in the NFL. If I was playing in the 80s or the 90s, like I'd have had a 15 year career. But we kind of got into a league that's more of a pass happy league, and it's more about quarterbacks and receivers and tight ends, and that kind of fades the fullback out of the game a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see them put linemen out there.
Yeah, right. H-backs, linemen, and it's. I mean, there's a few of us still out there, but some of the fullbacks now I think they're more like receiver type. They're they're kind of out in the slot a little bit. You see the guys now they're running these routes and stuff, which is cool. But I was more of a traditional style fullback, but I could also catch the ball out of the backfield as well, so run the ball a little bit. So.
Shut them hands off. Now, when I look at your career, especially with like the fullback kind of fading, like you got the Zonkas and the Jim Brown technically back in the day and all those, like you're one of the top 10, 12, 15 fullbacks ever to play a game. And that's like that's dope to see. Like our guy made it.
Yeah.
So when you come in, you get drafted by the Jets.
Right.
You get drafted, Tony Richardson is there. And it's a business. Like we know what time it is. Like you draft a young guy, it's to replace the old guy. So like I was just kind of worried about like your rookie season, that second year. Not if there's tension in the air, but like does Tony Richardson come and give you game, or is it just like, nah, you my replacement, get it out the mud? Like how did that kind of work?
What, bro? Like there was never any like tension. Like the minute I walked in the doors, like T. Rich was always like just very open and very just like cordial, and like just like we became really good friends. He was schooling me on some things, gave me some good game and some good pointers and stuff like that. So it was never like that. We had a great relationship, and I think he understood that like he's kind of. I mean, he was when I got drafted, he was like 38, pushing 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he had a great career, and like it was cool coming in there and having him as a mentor as well, but also we could kind of push each other in practice.
Right.
But like he knew what it was. Like this, I mean, my career is kind of coming to an end. And this guy's coming in to essentially replace me.
Right.
So
that's what was love.
Yeah.
So for the youth, we got a lot of young viewers out there.
Yeah.
What keys to success or gems would you have to give to them, if it's one that's in the shoes that you walked in?
Like for me, I think it is be disciplined and do what you got to do to be successful, but at the same time, don't make football like this God, or don't make football, just your identity. I think football has taught me so much about life, and we've all played sports, and I think it teaches you like being around people that you wouldn't normally be around. Having teammates that might be a little different from you, but like this is your brother. Like these are like guys that you got to find out how to win together and like be together, and put all the differences behind and. Trying to be successful, but I think just don't make football just your identity. It's a stage for you to really show what you can do and give back to others, but at the same time, don't let it be your identity.
Right, for sure. Now we've seen a lot of highlights of you just smacking people,
crushing people.
Keep it real. I mean, you've gone up. I've seen you put Ray Lewis, Brandon Spike, Patrick Willis. Like you've gone up some of the greats. Did anybody catch you? Did anybody put John Connor down?
I'm gonna say like, nobody's ever really put me on my butt that I can remember. But as far as like, kind of like wow, like kind of stood me up a little bit. I remember my rookie year, Monday or Sunday night football, whichever one it was. We're playing the Baltimore Ravens at home, and like the first play, like from scrimmage that I gotta go block Ray Lewis on a draw. And like Ray Lewis, bro, he is so like smart. He's a student of the game, and he already knew it was coming. When I came in the game, like the way our offense was set up, he was already talking to me like, yeah, come on, Connor, like, yeah, I know you coming after me, and I'm just like, oh damn, but like I'm not gonna like, chill. I'm gonna go at him, like I don't care, bro, like, but I went at him, bro, but he came downhill and like, just that technique. But I realized like this is not college, like, I got to come in there with some technique, especially against a Hall of Famer like Ray Lewis. I got to really come in there and correct. Right. Like, he kind of stood me up a little bit. I was like, all right, this is Ray Lewis. This is that guy. So, for sure. But yeah, it was good, man. It was good for me. So, yeah.
What was life like? So 3 different NFL teams, UK, being from Cincinnati. What's life like? Adjusting, I guess I'm trying to say traveling, getting used to living in a different city or a different state. What's that like?
New York, New Jersey,
yeah,
it's busy. It's
coming from like Lexington, Kentucky or Cincinnati, Ohio to New York City is a huge like change of culture for me. Just that fast lifestyle in New York and just that NFL lifestyle, it was crazy. Like I remember they got me to go out, as a rookie, and I'm just like, man, like we're like, there's bottle service and there's like all this stuff, and I'm just like, what is going on here? This is crazy, bro. And but it was crazy, man. But just all the travel, getting to see different things and a lot of different cool experiences, which was cool. So
now, did you keep any of them touchdown balls?
Oh yeah,
there's
the house.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, I did.
Don't they charge y'all for them? Like, don't they invoice y'all sometimes?
Not that I know of. I mean, they might take it out of my paycheck, but I don't. I don't think they did. So
I was gonna say I seen some of them people on them jersey swaps. I'm like, man, that's fine.
Maybe for that, yeah. Right, cool. I kept my jersey. So yeah, I kept a lot of my touchdown balls because it was like, as a fullback, you don't know how many times you're gonna get in there.
Right. So you gotta.
I need this.
Yeah, for sure.
What's life like for you? So we know football's over with. So for our viewers out there that know you as the football player, talk to the audience a little bit about what you got going on today currently.
So I am training. So one thing that, what I went to school for at Kentucky, kinesiology, exercise science major, my career path after football was I always wanted to be involved in sports and training athletes, and now I've gotten into training everyday adults as well. So that's what I'm doing now. My business is called Unbreakable Lifestyle, and I'm partnered up with D1 in Cincinnati.
Okay.
So doing that, and I'm also up at Spooky Nook a couple times out the week up in Hamilton as well. But have my own business, but my home gym right now is D1 in Cincinnati.
Now we training all different types of athletes. Is it a football focus? Like I know I saw what's the kid from Moeller that's with the Packers? You train is it Valentine?
Oh yeah.
So let the people know a little bit about
Valentine.
Carrington Valentine. There it is. So is it all different type of athletes? I know you said some just normal everyday parents.
Right.
Like let the people know a little bit about that.
So yeah, when I initially got into it, it was just athletes, and then I went to another gym, and that's when I kind of started training the everyday adults. It was a different kind of mindset, but I really fell in love with that too. So just training people that are just trying to improve their lifestyle and maybe just get in shape it was different for me, but I really fell in love with it and I enjoy it. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
Now I've been talking about racing you.
We've been talking about this since we left Kentucky.
I don't even know how to start.
Let me break it. It's probably brother's told. So brother said he'll get you. And then 40.
He's been saying it. Like I'm waiting on the phone call, just like I'm waiting on the phone call for this interview. Like I feel like
when we pull up to the gym for the promo, the next round.
Yeah, let's get it.
Y'all gonna have to get this on. Now I ain't getting up out. I'm holding hamstrings and everything, but I'm gonna sit there with the flag and
we get up there.
Let me know what's going on. Let me hear from you. What's going on, brother?
I don't know how this started, but we've been talking about running 40 for. I mean, it's almost 15 years now.
Yeah, it's been
It's been a minute. Yeah. So I think next video we'll go out to
people
the training facility.
People want to know you gonna smoke him. You gonna
I still got it.
Cause I ain't gonna lie. Now I told him on the phone. I say, look. Brother this was crazy. I ain't been to the NFL, but he had NFL. He was faster than any player, so we played against the Javon Ringers and all that.
Yeah.
He was very speedy, right?
Okay.
So,
and I kid you not. So I stopped laughing on the phone. I'm like, brother, first I'm telling him you crazy. Then I'm like, well, we're going to see what's going on. So then finish what you were saying.
All right, so I think next video we can look at going after D1, training style, maybe what you look at and how you make people more athletic.
Right.
We run a 40.
Okay.
We can film it. We can post it.
Yeah, I definitely want to film.
But I need some of them NFL dollars. So maybe we put $50 to somebody's GoFundMe or something like that.
Yeah, you named it, bro.
That way we do something good.
I'm with it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We locked in, John.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it right here. Let's do it.
He pointed at me. That's crazy. He just gonna point at me.
You smoking it, brother? You gonna take off on it?
I mean, you know, I'm not the one to brag, but like, you know, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna do my thing. That's, you know.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
You gonna line up in there? Y'all gonna put the pads up?
No.
Put the pads up. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a different story.
He about to pancake me. I'm cool. Nah.
I feel it.
A little bull in the ring.
I'm not as big as I used to be, so I don't know.
You aren't.
I still got the explosion though.
We almost forgot about that part. So is it vegan or vegetarian? I forget. Vegan. So, you know, you played at 6 foot 250, and I think that's another thing for, you know, the young viewers. You know what, with a limp, it doesn't look like you struggle to get up. Like, obviously, and you played the game so hard. So not to be in pain, like, does being vegan, staying training, staying active, staying mobile, like, do you think that's a part of why you don't walk with the limp? You know, we see what OJ did, but when he used to walk, like, you see them hits, man. Like, you see them hits.
All them hits, them blows, taking hits.
Yeah, bro. Like, I definitely feel like, as far as, like you said, the recovery process is like so much faster. I feel better. Like, I sleep better, and you know, I like it, man. Like, it's, you know, mentally, I still feel like I'm that size, but it's like people like, people ask like, what position did you play? I'll say fullback. They're like, you played DB or something like that. Like, I played fullback. And it's like, damn, like, it's
you're still big, but if we got some ribs upstairs if you're trying to come back.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm just checking your willpower,
I can't do it. It definitely. I'm like 5 years in now, so.
I was just about to ask, how long you been vegan?
At this point, like, I'm good. Like, I can be around some ribs or some wings and. Like, yeah, it's gonna smell good. Like, damn,
I say the smell don't get to
you. Like, I'm at the point now, but they got some good vegan options that, you know, it kind of holds me over a little bit.
That's dope, man.
See, I think you a real vegan. I done met some people that don't be all the way locked in vegan, so I be getting the wrong
have like cheese every once in a while.
Yeah, it be throwing me off. Like, man, I thought you was.
I eat meat like once a week.
That's an extreme measure of discipline, though, man.
Yeah.
One day, I don't know if I ain't gonna get on here lying, but one day I do want to experiment with a different type of diet just to test the waters. I don't know how long. I done fasted for times, but not like that. That's
right.
Once that macaroni and that chicken, I get the.
Did
you do it?
No.
Well, you disciplined.
I've done days. Like, I do carnivore days. I do vegan days. Like, I mix it
that's
up.
Good. Yeah.
But just pure,
overall,
man, 2 or 3 days. I'm like, boy.
It's definitely it's a lifestyle change.
Right.
It's like, you know, it took me probably a year to really get comfortable into being a vegan. But yeah, that first year was tough. It was hard.
I feel you,
I don't think I could do it.
I used to say the same thing. I would never do that.
Just did it.
I watched a couple of documentaries that really changed my mindset. So
that's what it is. I probably just need the right information. I need to watch the right people, the right things. I might be able to get.
So I'm not against meat whatsoever. I think, you know, whatever works for you. I think everything works. Everything doesn't work for everybody. I mean, being vegan, it works for me. So
that's dope, man.
Yep.
So, you got anything?
Nah, man, that's all I got, man. I appreciate you coming through. You know, you're a great person. You've been a great friend for, you know, 15, 16, 17 years, whatever it may be. And it's really dope. It's a long time, man. And it's really dope to see, you know, I was in them classes with you. I was in the parties with you, man. And boy, we was struggling in that physics class. Boy, man, it was on the story.
Hold on, what was the story you was telling me? You said.
Can I say the story, bro?
I think I already know what you're
edited a little bit.
No, man, we gonna be 100. So we had a physics class, and for all the young kids, if the teacher writes the book, don't take the class, because they know it on such a level that it just don't. like he wrote the book for the whole UK campus on physics, and he was like an Army guy, and you know, yeah, I know. And we used to take tests, and the easiest way to look at it, my role was me, it was John, and it was Mike Hartline. And at one point, I don't know if it was the first test, second test, whatever it was, you could add all three of our scores up. And we did not have a passing grade. We worked hard. I'm talking about he came
we was
to
in the
crib.
library. We was we was going to each other's crib and
like studying, study guides, reading the book. We did not have a passing grade. The difference is he went to the league, Heartline coach at Ohio State. I'm just me, dog. Like I ain't had no other option, bro. That class was incredibly hard. But the point was, like, I seen you work. I know you're disciplined, a good person. You're not partying, and it's been like incredible to watch you grow as a man and become like a legend, dog.
I appreciate that, bro.
That's really
I really
dope
appreciate
to see,
that, man. Appreciate that, bro.
That's the word is legend, though.
Yeah,
but we was talking. It's like you can almost count the fullbacks. I mean, he know you on more of a personal level, but I was like, bro, you can almost count with two hands, if that, the fullbacks that ever. In our area, you know what I'm saying, that we watch. So that's dope to see. Then the players that you paved holes for, the Sean Greens, the LTs. These players, I had jerseys. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's amazing. Just knowing him, knowing you, and then getting to meet you. Hey, this is a blessing, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate y'all having me on here, man. Like, I wish you the best of luck. Building this thing. That's why I'm always about supporting people and
appreciate
their adventures and all that, bro. So yeah, definitely keep doing your thing, man.
That's love. I'm like, that's super love. I have one more thing for the youngins out there. I need you to explain. So I know a couple athletes that's the talent is all the way there. So in today's era, I just wanted to get some advice for them as far as how important it is to hit them books. A student first, athlete second. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. So explain to them.
Bro, yeah, I think it's very important, man, is to get that knowledge. Whatever it is, get that knowledge, man. Find yourself a passion that you really enjoy and like really dive into that and really learn all that you can because obviously football, we're all not going to make it to the NFL. I was one of the, select few that made it. But at the same time, I knew, I had a chance of not making it. And I knew that I always wanted to be a trainer and get into that stuff as well. So that was always my, I don't like to say backup plan, but that was like kind of what I wanted to do outside of football. But I think it's very important to get all the knowledge that you can and learn as much as you can, in school and just in life and, just doing all you can to really learn.
Definitely appreciate that. They need to hear that because you'll see, like I say, 4-star, 5-star athletes, but might face ineligibility because your talent might not be able to get you. Like you said, only a select few make it to the highest level.
And like, look at me now, bro. Like, football is going to be over at some point. It's not, you're not going to play this forever. Like, I was lucky. I played 5 years, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna play 10, 15 plus years. And it's like, God had a different plan, or in you face adversity in life, and it's just, life keeps on going. So now, like, what's the next step? How you gonna keep going?
Well, y'all heard what he said. That's official from somebody that been there, done that. Let the people know where they can find you, your social media handles as far as your business, your name, Instagram, your platforms.
Absolutely. So my Instagram and Twitter, whatever they call it, at jconnor38. My business is at unbreakable_lifestyle. So look me up and definitely shoot me that follow.
Appreciate you. Let them know where they can find you too, brother.
Oh, I'm not on the internet anymore.
He's a married man now.
I'm Joe Phoenix, we tagging him and everything. That's brother be out there.
If you find me, you find me, man. That's all good.
Appreciate both of y'all though, man, for sure, man. Like, it's been a blessing, man. Let's wrap up another 1v1 sit down with two GOATs, in my opinion, man. Stay tuned for more.